In previous chapter, we start to talk about the utility. We mentioned the total utility and the marginal utility, and at the end of the video, I mentioned the diminishing marginal utility we will learn in this video. Before I start to talk about this concept, let's watch a video first. Wow, that's really an exciting video. So you can think about if you want to join the eating hamburger competition, how do you feel? Maybe you will decide not eat before the competition. So you probably will enjoy the first burger or even the first five. And when it keeps accumulating, how do you feel? I think your stomach will feel upset at the end. And maybe if I ask you, do you want more, you will say no. So obviously, as you increasing the consuming the burger, your happiness is decreasing. So try to remember that kind of feeling. So in the economists, for the economists, so they create a term, a law, a definition, a concept called law of diminishing marginal utility. So think about what is the definition for utility. So that is the satisfaction and happiness. So you eat burger because you feel hungry, and once you eat one burger, you will feel a little bit satisfied. Before you get full, you keep increasing your utility. Once you get full, if you keep eating the burger, you will definitely get sick. So that the law of the diminishing marginal utility is trying to describe those kind of change of your satisfaction and your utility. So the law of the diminishing marginal utility means the marginal utility of the good decline as more of it is consumed over a given time period. The pleasure received from the next slice of the pizza, say, is less than the pleasure received from the previous slice. So eventually, additional quantity of the good yields smaller increments of the satisfaction. So now you can look at this example. So this example is about the consumption, the utility given from eating the popcorn. So before you start to eat the popcorn, you have the 0 total utility, and once you eat 1 box of your popcorn, and you can find your total utility increase from 0 to 2. So what is the marginal utility for the first box of the popcorn? So you obviously the first box increased 20 unit of your utility. So that is 20. So you can look at the graph on your right hand side is marginal utility graph. So when you eat the first box of the popcorn, and your utility increase to 20. And how about you consume the second box of the popcorn? So when you eat the second box of the popcorn, your total utility is 35. So from the first box to the second box, your utility increased by 35 minus 20. So your utility increased 15 units. So that's why if you look at the right hand side of the graph, your utility when you consume the second box, your marginal utility decreased to 15 instead of 20. So how about you keep eating the third box? So now you are still not get full, and you still enjoy the popcorn, but not as much enjoyable as the first box, right? So when you consume the third box of the popcorn, your utility increased to 44. Your total utility is 44 units. So what is the marginal utility? Which means how much utility you increase by eating one more popcorn. So from the second box to the third box, your utility increased by 44 minus 35. You got 9 utility. So the marginal utility for the third box of popcorn is 9. And then you keep doing the similar calculation, and you can find your total utility keep increasing, but the marginal utility keep decreasing. And when you eat when you start to eat the 6 box, when you eat the 5th box of popcorn, you get full. Unfortunately, maybe your boyfriend said, okay, I still have 1 more box, can you finish it? So because you cannot reject it, so you finish the last box, the 6th box of popcorn. So your total utility, instead of increasing, it decreased from 50 to 40. So you can see the marginal utility become negative 10. So what does this tell you? This tells you that as long as the marginal utility is larger than 0, your total utility keep increasing. So look at refer the graph A and B. When the marginal utility is larger than 0, it is when you consume from 0 to the 5 boxes of popcorn, and your total utility keep increasing. But when the marginal utility becomes negative, total utility maxes out and then decreases. So you can see when you eat the 6th box of the popcorn, your marginal utility become negative 10, and corresponding to on the total utility graph, you found the total utility curve start to decrease from 50 to 40. So the diminishing marginal utility, in order to learn the diminishing marginal utility well, you need to know the relationship between the total utility and the marginal utility. And you need to know that when the marginal utility becomes negative, your total utility will decrease. And no matter during the whole consumption process, your marginal utility keep decreasing. And when your marginal utility equal to 0, you reach to the maximum total utility.